Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the TB&J podcast. With me today, as always, is Troy Brittingham.
And I believe you're Jeff.
I am. And this is a slightly new format we're doing because we've always done film reviews since day fucking one. But we've never done spoiler-free film reviews. So we're going to try that out this time around. We're going to do a much shorter, bite-sized segment, and we're going to try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible so that you can still go in pretty much blind to see the movie. And
you should probably look at the movie with your eyes, though.
Yes.
It would help see the movie. Unless you're actually blind.
Not to disparage the differently abled, but
yes,
I don't understand going to the movies as a blind person unless you just love popcorn and I guess you like listening, and I'm sure there are ways of conveying those.
Depends on the
mediums.
movie, probably.
Yeah. I wouldn't go watch like The Artist, that famously silent film that came out in like 2012. Probably not a good choice. But I digress. Excuse me, I got the burpees. So it's all those spicy Doritos. So we're gonna keep this as short and sweet and spoiler free as possible. Okay? And theme song. TB&J! TB&J! So, Troy, as listeners already know, because I title these with the name of the film, we saw the new Jordan Peele film, Nope.
Nope.
I should have seen that joke coming, but I didn't. They make that joke actually a couple times in the film. And I don't know if joke is the right word necessarily, but something will happen and just the character on screen will just be like, nope. Mm-hmm. And every time it got a laugh in the audience. This... Spoiler free. This might be the funniest scary movie I've ever seen.
Intentionally funny.
Mm-hmm. Scary movie.
I mean, Jordan Peele's done that. Do we want to still do thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Yes. Thumbs up, for sure.
I'm giving a major thumbs up, and I'll give it now. I think so far this is my favorite movie this year. And in this
there's a lot of contenders in 2022. We got the Batman, we got Everything Everywhere, we got Lightyear, we got Top Gun.
I haven't seen Everything Everywhere yet, but I want to. So that's
okay.
That's the one on the cusp that might get there.
That's like every critic I follow. That's like their pick for 2022.
And I think based off of stuff that I was reading and looking at on our way out of the theater, I think that I might like it more than a lot of other people might. I don't think maybe he's going to hate it. But I think...
No, I don't think anyone is going to hate Nope, but I feel like it's not... It's one of those films that's going to be a lot better critically received than it might be commercially.
I don't know if that's true. I think that it's just a thing where it might have some flaws on rewatch, and I think I'm going to get over it.
It's really got a couple flaws that we'll get into in the spoiler-heavy podcast, and one of which I kind of... pulled me out of the moment when it happened.
Okay. I think my genuine thoughts on it is in sort of the trilogy of Jordan Peele movies so far, and he's worked on plenty of things that aren't these, but sort of his three movies are Get Out, Us, and then Nope.
Mm-hmm. He loves them short little titles.
Mm-hmm. I've seen all three. Get Out is probably still the best one.
Get Out is also just so fucking unique, and it hit home so hard to a lot of people I know. As African Americans that I grew up with in Philadelphia, a lot of them were just like, "Yo, this fucking film, man," and I was like, "Yeah, I see you." As a white man, I feel like I shouldn't comment on it, but I see you.
But
yeah, you have a point.
I think that Get Out's probably a more well-made movie. I think that Nope is my favorite of the three so far. And Us, I think...
I'm always hesitant to say that this is my favorite anything right after seeing it because that recency bias is so heavy. When we did the Batman podcast with Robert Pattinson earlier this year, he was on the
podcast.
Over that.
We had Robert Pattinson in the studio.
Dude, I fucking wish, man. I have so many questions for him. But I just fucking gushed all over that movie forever. You guys specifically gave me a block of time at the end of that episode just to say about how much I loved it and how great it was. And then the recency bias wore off, and I was like, well, the movie is a little long.
And you thought Batman and Robin's probably a better movie.
Definitely a better movie, of course. You can't beat Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. Come on now.
Bane?
Oh my gosh. Wait, was Bane in that movie?
He is. He's just a big dumb idiot who says his name a bunch and not the things that Bane does.
That's my favorite iteration of Bane recently. Like the Harley Quinn animated series on HBO Max, Bane is just this big goofball. He's like, "Oh no, you're running up the company credit card." And I'm just like, "What the fuck?"
He doesn't even do that. He just yells Bane over and over again like the Hulk.
All right, that's stupid. But this isn't about Batman. But the recency bias makes me hesitant to say anything is like the best or an A+ or 100% walking right out of the movie theater.
Fair enough.
Because I was very, very like, yes, Halloween Kills is amazing, and then I rewatched it and I was like, it's good.
Well, Halloween Kills, we both agree. We even on the podcast we were listening to. It's dumb. But it's fun.
It's more Mike Myers killing people. Isn't that all you want?
Now, I know that this is a segue because you were very, very giddy in the seat next to me because this was your first experience seeing the new Halloween Ends trailer. But
I'm sure the trailer came out long before this movie.
I don't think it did.
Are you
I feel like I'm
sure?
on top of this stuff. I could be wrong, but I think that it may have
So
premiered
the trailer for the third of the Halloween reboot trilogy movies, and it is a trilogy. This one is called Halloween Ends. The trailer for that, it's a Red Band trailer, no less. It dropped right before.
It was funny. You said,
Nope.
"Ooh, a Red Band trailer. What are we gonna get?" Like,
I know. I was so sarcastic about it too. And then they start showing Mike Myers, and I fucking no. It was trick or treaters on a street, and I immediately knew it was Halloween, and I got so excited. I like put my drink down. I was like shaking my hands on my lap. I was like, "Oh yeah!" And I can only imagine the people around us are like, "This fucking idiot! Why is he so hyped for a fucking Halloween movie?"
What, the 20th Halloween movie?
Guess again. It's more than 20, I think.
I was trying to overshoot it.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of Jason. Because Halloween 2, H2O. There was the one that Rob Zombie did. No, we're not near 20 yet, but we're close. I think we're at like a 12. I think this one's 12 technically. If my brain is working properly, which it never is. But back on track to Nope. Nope is really, really good. If you enjoy movies that don't really tell you what's going on until you're like halfway through it, but they do it in a way where they give you just enough breadcrumbs to keep you interested in what's going on and glued to the screen. And it's not like, I'm trying to think of a bad example of this, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Maybe you can. Of movies that dangle that carrot, but they do it poorly. Mm-hmm. So you usually lose interest and stop watching before you get to the point.
Or movies that like where they piece together all the puzzle pieces all kind of off to the side where you can't see them, and then it's just like, how did you not know this? It's like, well, because it's physically impossible for me to solve that puzzle.
Right. It's kind of like how I felt watching Knives Out, and then at the end, fucking James Bond puts it all together, and I'm just like, how did you do that? And then I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, some of these things are there. That makes some sense. Okay, I get it. I'm just dumb.
I'd have to watch Knives Out again.
Have you not watched Knives Out again? Isn't that like the weekly ritual?
I don't think that I've watched it since we watched it, but I liked it a lot.
It was really good. I can't wait for the sequel. Knives Outerer.
Spoons Out.
2 knives, too sharp. No, 2 knives, 2 out. That would have been a better...
Steak Knives Out.
Steak Knives Out. Gordon Ramsay has like an assistant drop dead.
No, but for Nope, it had it had incredible soundtrack.
Yes, the music was incredibly well done and well placed,
and also in a horror movie, a really, really good use of silence. A lot of the time.
Yes, there are so many scenes that are just silent. And one of my biggest pet peeves in horror movies especially are the quick cuts to like disguise like shoddy special effects, or you're trying to shoot an action scene with older actors. Halloween, so you just have a lot of cuts because it's an old person. They're not actually going to be able to do these things. So you cut a lot to make it look better.
Taken 3, where there's like 17 cuts of him climbing a fence.
Yeah, but this movie doesn't do that. It has a lot of shots that are just that shot, looking out at the clouds, looking out at the main character on his horse, and just still. Just absolutely still, absolutely silent. And I think those are the moments where I could like feel the pressure building. I could like feel my heart racing a little more. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this movie is so good at roping you in and keeping you glued to your fucking seat. I had to pee so bad halfway through, and I held it because there's no way I was missing a second of this movie.
Well, that's the other thing, is you were talking about how funny it is, and like how like the middle section of the movie is almost a comedy. Because, like, there's, like, a lot of, like, there's basically every scare is almost a fake-out scare in the middle section. And I think that's kind of a strength, kind of a weakness. I can't tell. It probably makes the middle section kind of weaker in some spots. But
they also do a great job segmenting it. This movie is divided into chapters,
yeah.
And each chapter opens with like a title card almost, and it tells you like the name of that chapter. Mm-hmm. So I understand what you mean, like the middle section being a little funnier, but I think that chapter was supposed to be a little lighter before it got back into the darker.
It reminded me a lot of Hateful Eight, that like literally has chapters.
Yeah. But like, if you're even remotely interested in seeing this movie, go watch it. I swear to God, you will not regret your decision. You will not regret your ticket price. It is well worth it. And I think this is one of those movies I'm going to see multiple times in theaters, because there's no way I'm not taking my fiance to see this movie.
I already know that I'm seeing it again.
Yeah. You got to take your girlfriend, and you got to take Caitlin. That's at least 2 more rewatches.
My girlfriend would not deal with this. She is not a horror movie person.
Neither is mine, but I feel like she would enjoy this one maybe, just because it gets resolved by the end.
Sure.
So like there are certain movies, a lot of the stupid supernatural ones like Annabelle and shit come to mind, where like it doesn't get resolved at the end. It's like, ooh, creepy doll is still out there, and like she cannot handle that shit because it just keeps her up at night. But this does put a little bow on things.
I have a pet peeve with a lot of horror movies that just end up killing all the whole cast, just because it feels like a cheap sort of like, oh, or how do we defeat the villain? They just go, you don't, and then the movie ends, and I go, okay, cool. Like it works sometimes, but
if it's done really well, I guess. But yeah. I mean, and then there's some movies that do it better where the villain dies, but you also lose most of the cast. Mm-hmm. Like how Deep Blue Sea, they only had 2 guys left at the end, and one was fucking, what was it, LL Cool J? Wasn't he in that movie?
I don't
Pretty sure LL Cool J was in that movie. He was the chef. Yeah. But like that's the thing. Like there are good ways to do it, and then there are bad ways to do it. But this movie puts a nice little bow on everything, and I didn't for a second. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to phrase my thought.
Spoiler free.
And then I decided I'm going to backtrack it, and I'm going to save that thought for the next episode.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, watch.
And I mean this week.
So this is the little bite-sized bit. We're gonna put a bow on this one right here. You see what I did there?
No, I don't.
Because I said it earlier in reference to the movie, and now I'm saying it in reference to the podcast.
Nope.
Okay, cool. I see what you did there.
Did you? Or didn't you?
So, this is the little bite-sized section, spoiler-free. Listen to this, obviously, and then go watch the movie, and then come back for the longer, spoiler-heavy version of the podcast.
What you want to do is you want to listen to this episode while you're watching the movie, full blast in the theater, and then as the movie is in its final end credits, you want to start this episode.
Dude, there were people in front of us a few rows down that were like having a conversation.
Dude, I every single person in the theater but us was on their phones. It was crazy.
Like this is going to be the old man Jeff part of the podcast, but like they have ads before every movie that say don't talk, don't text, don't ruin the movie. And I'm just like,
and Nicole Kidman tells you how great the movie's going
We didn't get that this time. Did you notice?
No, we did. 100%. It was when you were in the bathroom.
Oh, I missed Nicole Kidman while I was in the bathroom. That's fine. I'll miss Nicole Kidman while I'm in the bathroom. But
I'm so tired of Nicole Kidman. The AMC things are making me not like Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I want to blame coronavirus. But
No, that's what it is.
But like, because everyone forgot how to behave in a movie theater. But like, people weren't shutting the fuck up. And like, I'm not innocent of it. I will whisper to you
Sure.
a couple times a movie, but only if it's like an actual thing, and I don't want my ADHD brain to forget it. But like, I try to keep it down so it's just between the two of us. But these people, there were like 4 or 5 rows in front of us. It was like 2 of them. It was like a guy and his girlfriend, and then behind them was an older couple, and they were chatting to each other. And I was like, but guys, this is not a group activity.
The person right in front
eyes on your own paper.
The woman right in front of me, I like looked over and I saw her screen on her phone, and she was shopping for shoes when the movie was starting. She literally scrolled over and clicked on a shoe, and then showed it to who I'm assuming is her partner in the other seat, and then continued like scrolling through stuff. And then only when like the movie had like officially kind of started, and like a few minutes in, she just kind of just like put it away, and I was just like, "What?
What? What do you? My phone's already like on silent with the brightness turned all the way down in my pocket. What are you doing, lady?" Oh my gosh. Anyway, that concludes us being old people for a second.
Yeah, don't actually listen to podcasts.
Don't talk, don't text, don't ruin the movie. It's so fucking simple. Anyway, that's it for the little snapshot episode of TB&J. Spoiler free. Nope. Yeah.
The spoilers are free.
Is that all you had to say? Can I put the theme music back
Are we
up?
doing the letter grade?
Oh, yeah, right.
Do we have a record scratching sound? Nope. You have them marked.
I do. They're labeled and I still fucked it up. Letter grade. B+, A-.
I'm going. I said it was my favorite movie of the year, so I feel like I gotta
A-,
go.
not B+. A- for sure.
A-. I'm gonna go A. I'm gonna leave the plus behind for the next.
A+ is reserved for true masterpieces like Morbius.
Like Morbius.
Exactly. All right, now the podcast is over. The little one. Big one's coming. Tune in.